Austin, Texas, one of the fastest growing places in the United States, often talked about for expansion in multiple leagues. And in this video, I'm going to explain why the NHL would want to go to Austin.
Yeah, what's so great about dumb old Texas?
On the board here, I have the general criteria of what would bring a sports team or an NHL team to a city. Mixed in, I have some of Gary Bettman's criteria as well. And let's go through it. First, Austin has a population of about 1.05 million and a metro population of 2.5 plus million. So that is more populous than Salt Lake City by like 4 times, which is the most recent expansion team in the NHL. Not expansion team, relocation team. With that, at 2.5 million, they are still growing. So that's projected to go a lot higher than 2.5 million. On top of that, people are moving there for jobs, which indicates a strong economy and a strong corporate base. So that's lots of corporate sponsors for the team, which is what the NHL is looking for. There's also no income tax, so that's a draw for players, as we all know. Ownership. Now, for the ownership, there's no clear owner, which is a downside to getting a team there, but there's lots of billionaires in Austin, I'm sure, and I think one of them would want a sports team because that's the new billionaire thing. They just can't get any owner. They need to have a good owner as well. Keep that in mind. Here is the main draw for getting the NHL into Austin. Their success in Vegas was because they were the first major sports team there, and Austin only has a Major League Soccer team right now, which means the NHL has a pretty untapped market, and the NHL can also compete very well with the MLS as opposed to the NBA, MLB, or NFL, which makes it lucrative to get the NHL there. It would be very successful. On top of that, it's not actually close to any other NHL team. It's 195 miles or 312 kilometers away from Dallas, which is the same distance between Calgary and Edmonton. And with that proximity, you get the Battle of Texas. Who doesn't like a good rivalry in the NHL? Another driving force to get that there. Unfortunately, Austin doesn't have an NHL-ready arena yet, but they can get one. I think with all the development going on in Austin, it should be pretty easy for somebody to get approval for an NHL arena. And they already have ice rink there that seats 8,000 people, where the Texas Stars play and the Austin Spurs play there as well. With all the development going on in Austin, that's also an indicator for political support. Out of all this criteria on the board, per Frank Saravalli, Gary Bettman would want a team to have a cohesive ownership, a rapidly growing population or burgeoning market as what he called it, an NHL arena, obviously. And to answer the question, does it make the NHL better? And then I added some other stuff just to add more qualification. Out of those 4 criteria, Austin checks off 2. And those 2 are the rapidly growing population and does it make the NHL better? Because I think it would make the NHL better having 2 teams in Texas, especially where you could have a very successful team, which is good for all the other teams. Unfortunately, it may not be that good for the other teams if it has no income tax, but the NHL itself doesn't care about that. That's more of a fan thing. I also didn't touch on TV market. There's about 1 million households in Austin, which is the TV market, which is bigger than a lot of the other TV markets. Las Vegas was actually under them, so bigger than Vegas. Hope you like my video and hope that gives you some insight into why the NHL would like to bring a team into Austin, Texas, or why any other league would like to bring a team into Austin, Texas. If you really liked the video, subscribe and have a nice day.